What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FloGrappling Show, a.k.a. the worst show on the internet. As always, I'm Trey Robinson. This is super huge big guy Reed Connell. And then this is Joey Gilbs right there. We just had to reshoot the intro because Reed didn't like that.
That's not why we had to reshoot the intro.
That's
not why.
Oh, so my bad.
Kicking over equipment.
Yeah. This guy just freaking threw down half of our equipment because I called him Little Reed in that last intro.
Yeah,
so my bad. Super big, ginormous
that
big
was
boy.
your bad.
Oh, my God, it's Godzilla Reed. Oh, everybody run. You know? When we went to Japan,
That's better.
Yeah, when we went to Japan, Reed was just going around, just asking Japanese people if he kind of looked like Godzilla. I was like, dude, I think that's offensive.
And
dude.
they all said yes.
I was like, I don't think you're allowed to say
it.
that. It was super messed up. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't do that. But you know, do you guys want me to go back into my bit about how we're not a jiu-jitsu podcast anymore? All right, rerunning a bit here.
Nobody knows what you're talking about. So.
Yeah, you guys didn't see this because this was on the one we had to restart. But you know, we just decided there's not enough money to be made in a jiu-jitsu podcast, so we're an NFL podcast now. And today we're just going to talk about the NFL playoffs. So shout out Bo Nix, you know.
Well,
what a bummer.
Season-ending injury.
What a bummer.
Shout out Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, I heard rumors that it was because he was celebrating in the locker room, and that's when he broke his ankle, not on the second to last
Doing
play.
too much horseplay.
Yeah, too much horseplay. Now I'm just kidding.
Running around playing tag in the shower.
Exactly. Yep.
That would be a very Trey Robinson kind of
injury.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, you boys know my history in the locker room. Come on now. Can't get into that too much, but now we're going to talk about Euros. Euros is going on right now, and then Polaris is coming up, so we're going to dive a little deeper into previewing Polaris, all the teams, what's going to be going down there. But I guess first we can talk about Euros. What day are we on now of Euros? Like
5, 6,
yeah, 6
like
maybe. I think
it
6.
started last Thursday.
It's crazy. We're like so deep into Euros already, and this is the first day of adult competition. Like the adult white belts just went today.
It's just been an epic tournament of Masters competition. Masters
bunch of old farts out there. Huh?
Yeah, but you got to love it. Everybody throwing down. You know, it's the Masters side of the sports seems like exploding too, and more. You got Masters Worlds gets bigger and bigger every year. So,
100%.
as a Masters guy,
You
know.
100%. Yeah, the Masters divisions. This is the biggest European Championships of all time, and a big reason for that is the Masters coming out in force, laying it out all on the line, testing their skills, putting themselves out there. It's awesome to see that. Awesome to see more and more people getting involved. Obviously, you know, when we talk about jiu-jitsu, we usually end up talking about the professionals, the people who are operating at the highest levels, but there's a lot of people at a lot of levels under that are helping to push and grow the sport that maybe are not on the marquee, but it is important to have so many people involved in these big, giant events like the European Championships. It's awesome to see.
And IBJJF's got the San Jose Open going last weekend as well, so they got tons of tournaments.
Posting an insane amount of stuff right now on their Instagram. Yeah. It's kind of nuts seeing them, like, how much they're covering Euros, but also how much they're covering the San Jose Open all at once.
Was it Joao Meow there who got the
at the European Championship?
At the European Championships, got the Masters 1 gold medal.
Yep, Master 1 Rooster.
That's crazy, man. It's because like I remember watching, you know, brown belt Paulo and Joao Meow like fighting Keenan and stuff like that,
back,
on the come up and everything like that, you know. And
when was that? Like
2013?
Yeah, 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. Like, and I just remember like them being like the new, like especially the Meow brothers, like they really embodied like the new generation of grappling, the Barambolawers, you know, like the guys who were doing these really technical jiu-jitsu, and like Keenan as well, obviously, and they were ushering in this new wave of technical, like really, you know,
sport specific.
Yeah,
that was kind of like away
jiu-jitsu
from maybe like martial arts or MMA or you know, combat, but it was like super
was this in like the heat of like Keenan saying Barambolos weren't real?
No, that was after, to be
Gotcha.
honest, you know, so.
I don't know if the Meows were just trying to bolo him and it wasn't working, or
that did have something to do with it, I feel
sure.
like.
Yeah, probably spawned from that for sure, yeah. But, no, Keenan kind of was like was like one of the one guys who could really kind of consistently beat the Meows, right? Or was it the other way around?
No, yeah, he would be the guy to consistently beat them.
Yeah, because the Meows were just kind of like dominating
class.
really everybody and everything at that time. But, you know, you had Keenan who was just like kind of holding it down and smashing them still. So that was pretty sick.
that's pretty crazy to think about. Just, what was that, 13 years ago?
Yeah. And so it's just crazy to see that now those got the Meow brothers have graduated to the masters ranks, and you don't hear about them as much anymore. Obviously, I think they still have such a kind of influence on the sport of jiu-jitsu just in general. I think the Meow brothers, they deserve to anyway. So, but it's just wild to me that they're out there winning gold medals in the masters divisions now, and we've seen them kind of come full circle.
Especially because those are guys who, everybody always talked about how their style didn't seem like it would last, and these guys are just burning out their bodies, and they're not going to be able to walk by the time they're 30. Well, one of them is still at least competing all the time, and he's one of the most active masters guys that I see going, and he's still doing great. So it's still just great to see these guys, man, who've just given their entire lives and their whole body and their everything to jiu-jitsu, are still able to enjoy it and be a part of it at that level.
Yeah. Meows are built different. I think any other person, they wouldn't be walking by 30, but Meows are built different. So
yeah, I mean,
they're still out there doing it.
I don't think they have like any ligaments or anything left in their, like, they'll post some stuff sometimes of just their like fingers or their ankle or like some weird mutilated part of their body that just like rotates where it shouldn't, and it's like, how are you guys just living life? Like, what's going on right now? But, it gives you hope, too, because it makes you realize, like, maybe you don't need ligaments in your knee to just go about life. So, I don't know.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
And then the other guy who over the weekend put on a show there was Wellington Diaz.
Speaking of a show, we got a great show going on. This
yeah,
TV
we got this
behind us
sick Polish show going on.
We have a Polish movie playing.
Old Megaton. Tearing it up out there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Wellington, better known as Megaton. We got to hang out with him last year during the Road to Worlds and
absolute
everything.
Maniac.
Yep, just an absolute maniac. And how old is he now?
58.
7? Yeah, 58.
He's 58.
Wow. And still out there just throwing down no matter what the tournament is and submitting. People had 3 submissions, right? 3 for 3,
Mm-hmm.
3 submissions. So shout out to Megaton, another guy who's still just carrying that fire.
Dude, I feel like the average American 58-year-old, I know Megaton's Brazilian, but like let's just use Americans as an example. The average American 58-year-old might struggle to like bend down and tie their shoes, to be honest. And this guy's going out there and just like hitting sick jiu-jitsu moves. All of these
Jiu-jitsu's
people,
for
just
everybody.
like literally just the fact that Megaton still has the mobility to like move and put yourself into positions and stand up off the ground, that's crazy to think about, I know it's like not crazy when you think about Megaton, but when you think about just like an average person who's never done jiu-jitsu or anything like that, that's kind of insane that he's like able to move that way. And it really is, I feel like, a great case for they say if you are always moving, you never stop moving, then you don't lose it. But if you kind of stop, that's whenever you lose mobility and all that. It's like, dude, if you just train jiu-jitsu for your whole life, you're telling me I'm gonna be 60 and still able to move in that way, that's pretty sick. Like that's a good case for never stopping training, even if you don't go out there and compete all the time, which I don't know how he does that. That's absolutely insane.
You think in 30 years you'll be
competing?
You'll be competing or you'll be training?
I think, yeah, I'll
Hopefully,
be training in 30 years for sure. If I'm not dead, I have always said I got 35 good ones in me, good years, and then after that, I'm gonna take it year by year. I'm just saying, but I'm not happy about it. But I just kind of always had that, that feeling. So
Jesus.
35 good years in jiu-jitsu or 35 good years total?
Total. But, I'm thinking now about my mom watching this, and I'm like, dude, she's gonna be really mad that I said that, and she's gonna be like, what's going on? She's gonna message me. I'm joking, Mom. It's all a joke.
This podcast kind of, really reveals the.
Well, a guy can't admit something about himself on here, dude. Okay, my bad. Let's rewind it.
Oh, what? Now you want to? Now you want to read?
Everyone's favorite podcast segment is everything all right, Trey? Is everything all right, Trey?
For now, I'm only 28. That's at least 7 years.
So you got plenty of time.
But check in with you guys in 7 years. But yeah, in 30 years for sure. I hope I'm training. What about you? Because you'll be 85 or something. Come on, dude. I freaking bazinga'd him, dude. Freaking shout out Big Bang Theory. Bazinga, dude. This is a sitcom podcast now. Got your ass. I'm just kidding. But in 30 years, you think you'll be training?
But yeah, hopefully, for sure. Hopefully, I'm training jiu-jitsu for life. That's the goal for sure, right? I think it helps all aspects of life. So hopefully you can keep it going for as long as possible. Hopefully by
we got some old farts that train with us, but who's that one old fart? I always see him at on Fridays usually. I think he's the oldest guy we train with.
Is it black belt or?
Yeah.
I would prefer not to acknowledge anyone after being framed in such a way to where now they think that's how I think about
What?
or anything like that.
The term old fart?
Yeah.
No, that's a good thing.
Endearing.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
endearing.
Endearing
It's
term.
very endearing. Some young whippersnapper doesn't get to be called an old fart. You got to earn the rights to that. An OF, the original OF.
That was almost what they went with, but they went with Masters divisions instead to
Yeah.
IBJJF. But that was also on the table for consideration at one
Yeah.
point.
Well, we got this one OG in our gym. I can't think. I don't know his name, but he's always like down to roll. But he's like always like he tells you
Real talking guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Real talkative Teddy. I know exactly who you're talking about.
that might be the
Real
oldest
grateful.
guy.
Real grateful.
Yeah.
Always real grateful.
Okay.
Yeah, down to move a little bit, But he might be the oldest guy I know of
Gotcha.
that I
Kinda
actively
starts to
train
heel hook
with.
you.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I feel like he's probably like 60 or 70.
yeah.
Some up
Yeah,
there.
something like that.
60s.
So that's pretty cool. He's doing it.
Jiu-jitsu's for everybody, like I've
Jiu-jitsu
always
for
said.
everybody.
You know,
Yeah,
but
a lot of old guys, old guys making headlines these days. You got Megaton going out there submitting everybody. You got Lovato making his college wrestling debut. We've kind of been on a heater for the
Feels like-
OGs, the veterans of the game.
Feels like
Step up, young
Shanji's
guys.
always in the
Shanji's.
news.
Sanji, Kit Dale, Wagner.
What the heck are these young kids out there doing? Making TikToks? Come on. What happened to the concept of grinding in silence? You know what I mean? And just like blowing
You
up
tell
like
him,
that.
bro. Tell him, yeah.
Yeah. But
Gotta let these young bloods know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. What else should we talk about from Euros?
Well, I think that's obviously a lot
Kind
of
of
other
the big
matches
two.
going on, but
Yeah. Was there another like notable?
A lot of good stuff has been going on. Jonas Andrade won Masters 1 light feather. He was in the World Finals just a few years ago. It's cool to see him up there. Julian Maeli took silver. I saw Michelle Nicolini took silver. That was crazy. Sarah
Bibiano Fernandez.
Bibiano Fernandez win all submissions throughout the tournament. Six Blades Professor Sarah Stock. She won a gold medal. So it's been a lot of super solid performances. Rafael Formiga, who I feel we see at all these big tournaments, he's always taking home double gold. Pretty sure he took gold silver this time, but always still super impressive for him to be able to do that.
Rafael Formiga, I feel like is one of the top guys who I see all the time at opens and different things competing masters, who's got to be like top of the list of like you show up to do the Austin Open and then you see Formiga and you're like, wait, is Formiga in my bracket?
Yeah.
This is bullshit. Like,
this is
it's
not
like,
fair.
dang,
What are
dude.
we doing here?
There's a few guys like that I feel like now, I guess because like, generation, like it happens so fast in jiu-jitsu, like the Meows and all that, where there's like a lot of dudes in the masters division now where I'm like, man, you're like really, really good and like
100%.
still pretty young. Like you could be like going out and making run at adult Euros and all that, but these dudes are opting for masters, and those masters divisions are getting tough. I feel bad for you guys.
I do think Formiga is. Don't feel bad for me. I do think Formiga is one of those guys who, could be winning matches at adult black belt right now, no problem. Obviously there's always super tough guys in every division, and masters are there for a reason. But I do feel like he's a guy who skill and grit and all those things combined would be able to compete with a lot of modern champions and a lot of guys who are modernly very top of the pack.
Yeah, you got to put some respect on people winning Masters Worlds, man. Masters Worlds
Super
is
tough.
a tough tournament to win, no matter the belt, no matter the division. To pretty much, to be honest, like that is a hard tournament to win. And Formiga was done it like 8 times or something crazy like that, 12 probably.
I saw
at
somebody
this point.
post that Megaton was a 26-time European champion.
Incredible.
I don't know if that's true. I haven't vetted that. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
If
I mean,
that's the
when we
He's
were
probably won a couple absolute titles.
yeah, there's got to be
Yeah.
a couple open classes in there. Yeah.
like, has he done every single one since like 1990 or
Probably,
something?
yeah,
Like,
I
I guess he wouldn't need to do every single one, but close to it. Whenever we were at his gym talking to him and stuff, he would throw out some crazy stats like that.
Yeah,
Where he's
and he
like,
talked a lot about Euros, I feel like, too, because
Yeah.
that is one that he goes to a lot and everything like that. So, and he does get to see kind of a lot of different competitors and stuff like that. So I feel like he liked Euros.
Do you think there's any dudes Masters 7 just going out there and just like huge judo throwing each other? I was thinking about that.
I feel like there was a Megaton clip from a couple of years ago, maybe it was Master 6, where like him and another guy, just like both absolutely yeeted each other. And they had like both been on the Brazilian national team like at one point. And they both had like one super good throw in them. And after that, it was a lot of like, okay.
I was going to say, like, at a
shoulders are
certain
like-
point, like, it's kind of like, juveniles aren't allowed all the same moves as like adult and stuff. Like at a certain point, should we take some things back away? Because like I don't know, that's like a scary thought to think of like Megaton going out there and just like huge hip tossing another 58-year-old, and it's just like, oh, okay, all right, is this guy all right? Like, what's going on here?
You think after Masters 8 they have to start on their knees?
Is there even a Masters 8?
I think Masters 7 is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually is a rule. At Masters 8, you're not allowed to. Yeah, you got to start in close guard.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I think you guys start on your knees, dude. Imagine a competition where both guys have to start on their knees.
Well, it's like, eventually they're going to have to start getting Masters 8, 9, 10.
I guess,
feel
yeah.
like,
I mean,
like,
at
you
some
know.
point.
That's what
Yeah.
Megaton says. He's petitioning for that as well. If you guys haven't listened to the interview Reed did with Megaton, I think it's on our podcast feed and everything. If you're listening through there, go back and listen to that. It's absolute mayhem. Like, he says some things in that I was dying laughing at, and also I was like, man, this might all come crashing down. It's an incredible
You were
interview.
crying, you were laughing.
It's also
you
just so funny. I still think it's hilarious to think about like Megaton and then just think about how like that's Mackenzie Dern's dad. Like, I don't know why, but that's a really funny thought to me
I
as
like to
well.
think about like the 4 or 5 Masters 7, 58-year-old black belt dudes who are just like
have a picture of him on their wall.
Yeah, who are just grinding to beat Megaton.
Yeah.
Like for the last 2 years, have just been doing like everything impossible, knowing that they're going to meet Megaton in the quarterfinals of Euros or meet him at Masters Worlds, you know, and like they're just getting like they're inching closer and closer, you know.
It's
but
like top of their goals for 2026 list, and it has been for the last 20 years.
I like to think about that. That's
This guy's had
I respect those
Megaton
guys, too.
as his like beat Megaton number 1 goal for the year from 2001 all the way through 2026. But
dedication.
yeah, let's just quickly go over like what divisions are still coming up, what everyone can expect for like the rest of the week. So
A lot of great stuff coming up.
Yeah, as of right now, this is Monday, January 19th. I'm pretty sure it's kind of everything's wrapped up for today. But tomorrow, Tuesday, we're going to see the adult and female blue belt divisions. I don't think it's all of the divisions for the males. It might be all of the divisions for the females, but it's going to be all adult blue belts tomorrow on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we're going to see the rest of the male blue belts, some of the purple belts, and then female adult purple belts. So we're getting into like the colored belts now. And then Thursday, we got some juveniles. So you guys know who I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching JP Tran. I'm going to watch every single match of his this year. That's my big goal. This guy wants to beat Megaton. I want to watch JP Tran. So, you know, just different
We're all
breeds.
grinding.
Yeah. We're all grinding for different reasons. But yeah, juvenile blue and then adult male purple and brown are going, as well as female brown. And then Friday, we're going to get into the black belts. So we're going to have more juvenile divisions, white through purple juvenile, and then adult male and female black belt. And then Saturday, there's a bunch of other stuff, like, or not a bunch, but there's juvenile 1 and 2 still. But then the main thing is going to be, we're going to see like the semifinals and the finals for the black belt division. So a lot of good jiu-jitsu to be had. Is there anything going, you know, deeper into this week that you guys are looking forward to at the European Championship? Anything specific like that you're kind of excited about?
I'm definitely excited to see who continues to open, who enters into these open classes. I'm excited to see on the men's side, do we get Eric versus Roosevelt? I think that's one of the biggest matches that we could get at the tournament. One's at super heavy, one's at ultra heavy. I'm also really excited to see if Gabby Pisani continues her run. We obviously saw Nogi Worlds, felt like she took some real damage on that heel hook. This is our first opportunity to see her in a major tournament since she did do the Rio Open, I think it was, and took double gold there, as is customary. So I'm excited to see that. And also, man, it's just awesome to see the start of the IBJJF year when so many people hit the new belt level and you start to see who are going to be the real guys for this season, who are going to be some of those standout color belts. I can't wait. Yours is one of my favorite tournaments of the year.
Nice. What about you?
You're just asking what I'm looking forward to?
Yeah,
Or-
biggest storyline you're following.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to be following Sarah Galvao. I think, you know, she's definitely one of the most interesting people in the gi right now. Tynan, definitely one of the most interesting people in the gi. But honestly, I feel like I'm kind of trying to refocus on like the team race, to be honest, too. Just because I feel like the teams right now have never been closer. You know, for such a long time, you had Alliance obviously kind of like dominating things, and they still do to a certain extent, you know, but Atos obviously has just grown so much over the last, 5 years, and they've claimed a lot of team titles over the years in some of these major tournaments and stuff. AOJ, of course, is kind of bigger than ever, and their roster that they're sending out this year, it looks like they have guys from rooster to ultra heavy, and they've got purple belts, they've got brown belts. Even teams just like GF Team and Gracie Baja. I just feel like there's never been kind of a lot of these teams have never been as close as they are right now, in terms of just like, stars and colored belts and stuff like that. So I'm really interested to see kind of how the team race develops this year. And it starts, of course, with the European Championships, but I definitely am going to be keeping tabs on it all the way through Worlds just because, yeah.
Yeah. One more thing I want to throw out there that I'm really excited to see, not to, cut anybody off, but one thing I'm really excited to see is how some of these new black belts enter into black belt and how they do, right? Some of these rookies. Mentioned Sarah, and we put up a post last week about how this rookie class is really stacked. And we were talking about it even last year. There's a lot of amazing brown belts who are getting ready to enter into the black belt. Now we're going to finally start to see those people in their first real IBJJF Major 2026 Euros. Are they top of the pack? Are they going to need more time to adjust to that? Where are they in the pecking order?
You know what we should have done? We didn't prepare for this. I don't know if we can pull it off still. We should have done a fantasy draft, drafted our own teams for Euros, and then scored it the same way IBJJF does the team scoring, except we just have our own representative team.
Trey pulls out a small list of people that he's got prepared for
I've already
draft.
made my list.
Yeah.
So I feel like in the first...
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Sick,
We should do that. Yeah.
You want to do it right now? Might be kind of hard.
Yeah.
Should we just
How
shoot
many
it?
people are we
Should we
doing?
just shoot it as its own video?
Could be its own video.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll do this. Maybe we won't, dude. And that's a little peek behind the curtain. Sometimes we think maybe we do this, and sometimes we think maybe we won't, and you can't make us, dude. If you're watching this home, you can't make me make that video, so freaking kick rocks.
How many people would we draft?
I don't know.
Like 5 maybe?
We could do one for each weight division, or like
That's-
2 for each weight division or something.
That might be hard.
You're saying it hard to do right now? Or just hard to do in general?
Hard to do right now for sure.
Yeah. But like that's how like you got to fill a roster for
True.
like a fantasy team. So ideally you fill a the full thing. But I guess every jiu-jitsu team doesn't have someone representative every single way. But to be honest, it would be fun to do this and then also compare our team score versus the actual team score. Like, do you think you could draft a team that could end up beating the AOJ team score?
That would be tough. AOJ is a really tough squad.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess technically, well,
But I feel like probably though.
You think so?
If you just take all like the best guys, if you're just taking Nolan Stewart and you.
if it's just you versus AOJ and you're allowed to, maybe you wouldn't be allowed to draft any AOJ member though.
I mean that'd be
because they
that'd-
kind of
That's double dipping.
Yeah.
That's not fair to them. Yeah.
that's tough. That's tough.
So you wouldn't be able to draft AOJ guys because they already have them on their team.
Yeah.
So it'd basically be like an AOJ versus the world type of draft, or any other team.
Yeah.
People have been saying we're
Atos.
favoring AOJ by putting Cole on the graphic. So sorry, we talk about AOJ. They're just
I like
one of
Cole.
the most prominent teams in jiu-jitsu right
I'm
now.
a big Cole fan for sure.
Yeah.
And they did, the way they were moving AOJ, the way they were moving people around really does suggest that they're going to be trying to win this team title, right? There's certain teams, certain tournaments where it feels like they're pushing all their chips in. They really want to win this.
If you guys want to talk about who you kind of think could end up podium as the team on the team race? Got anybody?
Just like the general teams. I mean, Alliance is always going to be.
Yeah,
a
I think
super
what's
guess.
most interesting is to see where those kind of final 3 teams really net out.
Yeah.
Who's 1, who's 2, who's 3. You know,
It does tend to be the same faces, right? Yeah, I bet Atos has a trophy. I bet.
Did you say
AOJ
the
has
most
a
interesting
trophy.
part is going to be who ends up on the podium for the teams race?
Well, like the order.
yeah,
But,
the
like
order.
any competition ever is.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's
yeah.
the part. That's,
Well, but I was saying like
oh, you're saying there's like 3 that are.
yeah,
going to- okay.
yeah. It's like I feel like we kind of know like the top 5 teams that are going to kind of be there, but really,
Yeah. Who are the top 5? Alliance, AOJ, is Atos.
Atos will
have
be
a big
there.
squad.
You know, I think,
Gracie Baja kind of always
Yeah.
like can or
Yeah, Gracie
can't.
Baja's always around.
and they have a
Checkmat.
good European team. Checkmat, GF.
Checkmat has a huge European team, actually, to be honest.
Although I saw Jackson Nagai will not be there.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, yeah. Jackson Nagai, Celsius.
Jackson Hatchwell Nagai Jr.?
The very same.
Okay.
The very same. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's always part of it is, all these people enter, but then a certain number are not going to be able to make it for whatever reason. These guys are getting injured. It is pro athlete, pro sport. But still a lot of really fun stuff. That really opens up that division for another rookie black belt, Mateo Cardona, also an AOJ guy like we're talking about.
Yeah. You guys think, how do you think Nolan Stewart would do?
That's a really tough division, man. Both
Yeah.
Veteraci brothers, Leo Ferreira. Man, he's had performances where he struggled at heavyweight, right? Hideo Zuchi tapped him out. Paulo Merlin beat him at, it was one of the LA Opens out there in Southern California. So, he has this incredible run at the Crown. And so I feel like right now, maybe it's just because he's still a little newer to black belt, still in those first 3 years. Like Nolan's maybe like kind of like a little bit of variance in the performance. You know what I mean? Obviously, that would go for Leo as well. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this is going to be such a pivotal year for Nolan. Does he turn that corner into just being that established number one guy, or do we still see a little bit of that variance?
Yeah, I mean, I do think like submitting Adam in the final of the Crown could like be like the rocket ship he needs to propel into like this year, So like maybe that gives him a newfound confidence and like he could just hit the ball running and just like take off, destroy everybody at Euros. Obviously, he has some very tough competition, but I don't know. I think Euros will be very telling for like what this year could look like for Nolan Stewart, to be honest. Because if he does come out and has this like new confidence, like really, thinks his place is the top of the sport, then like he could go out and kill everybody. But if not, then like I don't know. Maybe could be tougher. Could be a wide open division this year throughout the majors. Leo Ferreira is also incredibly tough. Like it's hard for me whenever you just think, when you just think of who you see in the finals, who you see on the podium, it's hard for me not to picture Leo Ferreira, like, at least in the finals, to be honest. Just, like, he's so tough. He's just like a brick wall, like a little tank whenever he, like, gets his grips and hunkers down and, like, wants to win the match. It's like, that is a hard dude to, like, not let just win the match.
Yeah.
So, I can see Leo Ferreira going on a run as well. But, yeah, that division is definitely wild. No Adam, kind of a bummer, but it's cool that some other people are stepping up and making the division interesting, so... The other guy that I'm excited to watch is Shoya Ishiguro. I'm excited to watch Shoya, getting to hang out with him more and stuff. It's kind of made me a little more hip to Shoya, a little more excited for his competition and everything. And I'm kind of excited to just see overall how he does at this Euros and everything. Obviously, he has a tough division as well. Basically, everyone has a tough division, though. But, yeah, I'm excited to watch Shoya as well. Anything else Euros worth talking about?
There's an incredible amount of depth in this tournament. There's ranked grapplers up and down the list, all the way through from Women's Rooster, where I'm really excited to see, like, we have the gi world champion Maisa taking on the no gi world champion Tice. I think that's going to be awesome. Light feather, the Funegra girls are getting in there. Men's Rooster, we have Jalen Financier trying to become the first Roosterweight Grand Slam champion. Shea Montague in the way. Is Scotland's boy going to be able to mess that up in European at the Euros? Really excited to see that. Man, just every division. Cole Abate taking on Kennedy. I feel like, it's almost like a return to the scene of the crime last year because that match was, like, controversial and so close that I think a rematch is one of the most anticipated matchups up and down the list. So many great things.
For sure. All right, so Euros is still going on right now on FloGrappling.com. Make sure you guys are tuning in, watching it all live. We're about to see the colored belts adults, some juveniles. Got to get hip to these juveniles. If you want to be like me, then go watch JP Tran. And then the black belts will be Friday and Saturday. So if you're in the U.S., pretty much just wake up, turn on FloGrappling, watch the European Championship. Simple as that. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about work. Don't worry about your girlfriend yelling at you, your wife yelling at you. Just wake up, turn on Euros, and just like let everything else just be pushed aside for once in your life. Just let yourself have something nice. Let yourself enjoy it. Life's too short not to just enjoy it.
I don't know if you have a wife and a girlfriend. Sounds like you're enjoying something.
True, yeah. But all right, now you guys want to talk about Polaris 35?
Let's talk about it.
All
back on flow. That one got slack. Polaris is back on flow after many years away, and we are starting out very adversarial, where WNO is taking on Polaris.
Yeah,
bring it. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Let's break down these squads real quick, and then let's get into one specific entrant into this that might just be, might just have a little asterisk on the whole thing.
Some are calling it the most controversial entrant of the year so far in any Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu event.
Yep. All right, so we have you got something to say?
No, I was just going to say my allergies are wreaking havoc right now.
Dang. All right, so we got Team WNO. Representing the Who's Number One brand, we got Declan Moody, Lucas Lira, Devontae Johnson, Gavin Corby, Chris Wojcik, DeAndre Corby. All right.
A lot of blue-collar studs.
A lot of blue-collar studs. A lot of guys who have been on Who's Number One multiple times. Great representative. I think Devontae is the only guy who's maybe been on once. Has Gavin's been on once? Yeah, DeAndre's been on once as well?
At least once,
yeah. But
and
all
then
these
was
guys
scheduled to be in a WNO title fight. Yeah.
All these guys already made their debut.
WNO veterans,
done what
proud
they gotta
WNO
do
veterans.
on WNO. And then let's go to Team Polaris.
Oh well,
We
I'm
got-
I'm sure it'll be the same way.
Yeah, we got Santeri Lilius, Owen O'Flanagan, Lucas Kennard, Owen Jones, Taylor Pearman, and Mayrum.
Oh well, but no, you must be mistaken because these are like squads to represent like what.
Yeah.
Because Mayrum
And
has
and
never
these-
been on.
These Polaris guys decided to have Mayrum make their Polaris debut representing the Polaris squad. Now, something smells fishy in the Cardiff Bay, if you ask me. All right, I think these boys are up to something because that seems like a stretch to let him be a representative of Polaris. Polaris, I want you to answer for this. All right, what's going on? How can Mayrum be a Team Polaris guy making his debut? What do you guys think of this, huh?
I think it sounds like they went and found a ringer because they were not confident enough in their own squad to be able to fill this in. It's almost
Who does he replace? Who got hurt? Oh yeah,
Mateusz
Mateusz
Szczęsny,
Szczęsny.
unfortunately, I know.
We always love to watch Mateusz
Yeah.
Szczęsny.
I will say part of me is like, okay, as long as we're getting Mateusz out of there,
Yeah.
maybe I won't
Honestly,
complain too much.
I'm just like, okay, so to be realistic, just not joking, super sick to have Mayrum more Nogi. This guy's been absolutely electric,
is super
Nogi
sick,
to watch
yeah, of
Nogi.
course,
So
of
it's like,
course.
that's awesome. Super bummer to not have Mateusz Szczęsny compete
Yeah.
because it's
I
like,
know.
that dude is awesome to watch compete. Like, I kind of wish can we have both? Like, I don't know.
Man, I
I
really
think when
wonder.
we
I just really wonder what that means now for Mateus at the ADCC
Trials.
trials.
Yeah.
I'm hoping maybe he's just kind of like healing
Like,
up.
oh, I gotta stay safe for trials, kinda,
stay for trials. But man, I would love to see Mateusz
like-
Szczęsny at ADCC Worlds in
Yeah.
Poland. Like, man,
Oh,
that would be
yeah,
that would be such a
100%. Yeah,
bummer
it's
if
gotta
Mateusz
be.
Szczęsny's not there.
Maybe he's like acquired 3 more passports, so he's planning on just doing like different
Okay.
trials. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
that just
That works
seems
too.
to be what everyone
Sure,
does now.
true.
You know,
we could name a couple examples that we saw this morning, but
But so I think they before this Polaris Squads event, they did announce that Mayrum had signed like an exclusive contract to be with
Like an
Polaris,
exclusive European contract.
Exclusive European contract. So
True.
they did lay the groundwork that Mayrum was going to be in here.
cheeky.
I feel,
cheeky.
dude. I feel like this is most egg on Owen Jones's face. To be honest, like
It's
I don't
a little
know,
tough, like, that dynamic
He
of
was
them being
just
on the
he was
same
just
team.
talking a lot of smack about Mayrum and stuff like that, and now he's on a team with him. Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, I don't know though. They
No,
like,
you think I'm wrong?
Well, I think like
I think you're wrong.
like he was also talking a lot of smack on Gavin Corby, and now like he's like going on trips with the Corby brothers, and like they're making little funny videos, and they're in his corner at his next.
this is just
WMO.
part 2 of the plan.
True,
Part
true.
2 of the
True.
plan to bring him on in.
It's kind of like I don't know, maybe like
But now, like Mayrum is like representing Europe too. so
I will say, no way Owen Jones is on Team BJJ Stars. if we do this the other way around.
Yeah.
But like you said, obviously it's awesome to have more Mayrum Nogi to watch. Especially because Mayrum, I think, is one of these guys who like could go up in weight and do really well.
Yeah,
against
like
bigger
honestly,
guys.
one of the most interesting or like my most hyped matches I want to see is Devontae versus Mayrum.
100%,
To be
I
honest,
agree with you.
like I genuinely want to see Devontae versus Mayrum, and I think it's gonna be a sick match.
Yeah, me
it'd be
too.
crazy. I mean,
especially
yeah.
because like I think Devontae when like. Yeah, Mayrim's going to go in there and try and throw him, and I think Devontae's going to do some awesome stuff right back at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's
when
like
he's put in these positions, it's going to
Mayrum throws the kitchen sink at people usually.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like a strategic play, like Mateusz Szczęsny, the weight limit is 85 kilos, right, for Polaris squads, if I'm not mistaken.
I think there's like tiered, like you have to have like a certain number of people under this, certain number of people under this, certain number of people.
No,
under
I think
this.
it's just above and below.
Oh, okay.
I thought.
You probably know better than
let
me.
me look up the rules real
Trey's
quick
much
while
more
we're
of the
talking.
Polaris rules guy.
Yeah. Well, I've just been looking them up because I get that team rules are hard, so trying to know them. But I thought, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like
You might be right. You might
85
be right.
kilos is the line, and then it's either above or below. And so it's like if you're below the whatever the limit is, and you submit a guy that's above, you get like a bonus point. So instead, so if basically quick rundown of Polaris. Hopefully I got this locked in. Hopefully I don't mess it up, Polaris. But if I do, spank my little bottom, call me a bad boy. I'll try to lock in before the event. But this is how I think the Polaris squad's rules work. The whole event for squads is going to be 2 45-minute halves, so 90 minutes total of competition time. All the matches are 5-minute matches. So the team captain sends out their guy, the other team captain sends out their guy. Those guys compete for 5 minutes. No matter what, a winner will be chosen. So if it's by submission, that team gets 2 points. If it's by judge's decision after time runs out, that guy gets 1 point. And if it's a guy below the lower weight class submitting a higher weight class, they get 3 points. So you get a bonus point if you're a little guy submitting a big guy, and then the winner stays. So classic losers walk back rules. If you guys have ever played, like pick up football in your friend's backyard or something, losers got to walk back. And so the winner stays out there and they keep going. And basically, like one guy could stay out there for 45 minutes essentially, just in like little chunks. But as many matches that need to fill that 45-minute half to happen can happen. So it's like if you're going to submit a dude in a minute, it could technically be 45 minutes or 45 matches if it's just 1 minute subs over and over again. So that's kind of like a quick rundown of how the rules work. And in the event of a tie, if there's a tie after the full 90 minutes runs out, both teams tied on scores, the team captains do a 5-minute super fight to decide the winner. And that's why we need Ferris to turncoat on his English comrades and join our team as Team WNO captain so he could super fight someone potentially at the end. I think it would be electric. What do you guys think about
is that
rules?
That's a real rule?
It says it on their rules.
So who are the team captains?
I don't know.
So
I think you might be our team captain.
Is like Declan team captain?
Are you training? No, it's someone outside of the squad.
Are you sure?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because that person doesn't compete unless it goes to the super fight overtime rule.
Okay.
So
That's a crazy rule.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Like I don't know. I
feel like the team captain might be one of the team mates.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just denote one of them a team but like how could they, because the team captain is supposed to be
I like the idea of like Lachlan and Nicky Ryan having to fight or something like that's an incredible idea.
Yeah.
Like but
yeah, that's a good point. It wouldn't be like, it's not like the coach does it. It's the team captain, huh?
Yeah.
So maybe they denote just like, I guess.
I think it's a
it'd be
player
like
coach.
soccer.
I think it's a player coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody has a C on their jersey.
Okay.
All right.
But that's a quick rundown of the Polaris rules. And I guess what I was getting to, though, is that, like, strategically, obviously adding Mayroom is awesome, but you, like, took a guy who's, like at the limit of the weight class, but probably will come in under the weight, which is Mateusz Szczynski, like he'll probably technically be
85 kilo,
yeah,
it's like 100.
If it's 85.
Yeah.
So it's like he probably will come in as technically a lower weight class guy, meaning there's a lot of potential for him to
bonus
submit.
points potential.
Yeah, because he's right at the line. He's a sub hunter. There's a lot of bonus point potential. And I'm not saying Mayroom's not. Mayroom is definitely a sub hunter, has a lot of potential to submit bigger guys, but he's way under the weight limit if it's like kind of at that line. So I don't know. I just think that's like, it's good to have those dudes that are right there at that line. But why don't you guys chop it up a bit? I'm going to double check what the weight limit is.
So I was talking to Chris Wojcik about this. And
what the hell does he have to say?
Chris is Team WNO, 2-0 on WNO. And I was like, man, gonna need you to like go out there, like snap off like 10 ankle locks, make sure that you can like rack up some points, especially because he's a guy who like could probably come in like right under that limit.
Real quick, you're right. The team's 3 members must be under 80 kilos and 3 members must be under 95. So there is kind of like
there's like a tiered.
Yeah. So you can have heavyweights minus 95, minus 80.
Yeah.
But still, Mateusz is right at that minus 80, and it's like
there you go.
Yeah.
But Chris is like, oh no, I'm actually a wrestler now. I've been working on my wrestling and my top game. Go back, veto. Where's my camera?
How many bonus points do you get for takedowns?
Yeah, none.
None?
Fucking none. Apparently none. It doesn't fucking show up on the scoreboard. So Chris, you have a submission named after you, not a takedown. Take the hint, brother. Sit the fuck back down.
I will say,
sit your white ass down and listen.
Like if you watch like Cody Steele versus Chris Wojcik, like he can't scrap a little on the feet.
He can wrestle. No, he can't wrestle.
I think people forgot that because they started pegging him as like a leg lock only guy, and it's like he does have some scrappy poos on the feet.
100%.
He's got thick ankles. Those thick ankles.
That's true.
Like a wrestler's got,
You're always talking. Give us your top 5 thick ankle grapplers, dude, because I know you got it. You literally have a list on your desk.
No, okay. Not off the top of my head. I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
Orlando Sanchez, number 1 all-timer.
Yeah, true. Pretty true.
Probably Buchecha, I bet, has really thick ankles.
Gabby Garcia, I don't know.
True. And then
We
Chris
could-
Wojcik.
Never mind. I was gonna name a deceptively smaller ankle guy, but I'm not gonna put anybody's business out there. Like that. A dainty ankles guy.
A dainty ankle. Yeah, so tune in to FloGrappling.com for our dainty ankle rankings.
Our top
dropping
5
soon.
dainty
Bo
ankles.
Nix. Hey,
Yeah,
took
yeah,
a shot at Bo Nix.
No, but for real,
brought
let's-
it back.
Let's,
Yo, this is an NFL podcast.
Imagine if next week the Denver Broncos were like starting at quarterback. We're gonna have Mayram Mahine. You know what I mean? Hey, we signed him to an exclusive deal, and now he's making his debut
For the
in
organization.
for the organization here. No, you got to
Like the
play a
Denver-
little bit before.
Denver Broncos are screwed.
Yeah. I mean, I bet you think Mayram.
Same principle.
You think Mayram could, like, I don't know if he has any knowledge of American football. Do you think Mayram could join an NFL team and gain
See over
a
the
rushing
line?
yard?
As like a kicker, I bet he'd probably have his best shot.
So you're pulling a Brazilian stereotype here, a little soccer thing? Like,
Okay.
dude, he could be a nasty slot receiver.
I was thinking, like, man, you put this guy back here in like a defensive secondary, like let him just torpedo around and hit somebody.
I mean, he's 145 pounds, but
Yeah, it's an issue. I didn't say it was my first career path for him, but
I don't know how much does he weigh. Is he?
Yeah, like
145.
155.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might have to
I was
bulk
hoping he's
up.
gonna put on. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
you
hoping he's
might
gonna bulk up a
Might
little
have to
bit.
bulk up a little. I'm just saying, like, you have him like as a slot receiver, and even like kind of, you know, you just do like just like a screen pass with him, pretty much, you know, and then just let him take off. Like, I feel like he can catch and run. No.
Julian Edelman type or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah. I don't know. That's fun to think about, though, huh? if you had to draft one grappler to play slot receiver for you, who you boys taking, huh? Luke Griffith could be a nasty tight end.
Honestly, genuinely.
Like, yeah, like could be all pro tight end if he really locked in for the next 15 years and learned a little something about ball. So
Yeah, that's something all tight ends need. It's not like they just have fucking Travis Kelce run out there like a dog until he gets open.
yeah. All right. So what do you guys think about these squads overall, though? You guys like our chances here?
One, I love our chances. Two, I really like the guys that they got. I think there's a lot of really aggressive, really exciting submission hunters on both squads. Corbet brothers, I feel like having both of them on the squad is awesome. I feel like having Declan out there. Declan is like such a Terminator these days that I feel like, you know, he is just a guy who it's like, yeah, send Declan out there first and let's just see who can beat Declan in like how many rounds it's going to take. But then obviously, like, there is so many killers on that Polaris squad. Like Joseph Chen, I think, is on there. Like, you know, there's a ton of these tough guys.
Yeah. There's some good super fights as well on the card. Do you know who the Goth Lord is? Reed, you hip to the Goth Lord?
I don't think so.
Shane Curtis. Yeah. Shane Curtis. He's the Goth Lord. He's going to be on the prelims. Shane v. Shane here. He's fighting Shane Price. But
Shane on Shane crime.
you got to get hip to the Goth Lord Shane Curtis. I feel
With
like
the
you would-
Goth Lock.
Yeah, he has a move called
Okay.
the Goth Lock. And I feel like you'd be into that, huh? Turn on some heavy metal and just start hitting Goth Locks, watching the Goth Lord. That's your vibe, right? You turn on like Death Heaven and just like practice the Goth Lock on people.
I did Goth Lock Ray Machuca recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually don't know for sure what the Goth Lock is, but I see him.
You like sit up and like headlock the guy, kind of. You know that like scarf hold arm lock where you like put the arm between your legs and like bend it?
Yeah.
It's kind of that, but from bottom where you just like turn up and start grabbing the guy's
Gotcha.
head and arm and put the arm between your legs.
Okay.
Dude,
okay.
I used to have this really, really strong dude I trained with. This was in like my first 9 months of training when I was a white belt.
You'd hold you in your arms, make you feel safe.
Well, he was like, to this day, he might be the strongest dude I've ever rolled with. Like,
Outside of me?
No, like not even outside of Kynan, to be honest. Like, and maybe it's just partly remembering because I was a white belt, you know. So it's like I couldn't do much, but like.
It's like how your dad's the tallest guy you've ever met.
Yeah, it's like he also was just a white belt at the time, and like he was just straight up like just a farm boy, just like blue collar his whole life, and just like the strongest grips of all time. And he used to put me in a scarf hold, and then just force my arm into that little like legs Americana thing, and just force it until finally he got it, and then just force it, and like I would not tap to it because like. Super prideful and whatnot, you know. So I'd be like fighting and like my arms breaking,
your
all this
arm.
stuff. Just straight up the strongest dude ever.
This is every
Until-
instructor's fucking nightmare.
For sure.
It's like you just have two white belts who are just doing literally this.
100%. And I remember at one point I finally had enough, and I was just like. He started doing it, and he started because it was every roll. Like I couldn't stop it because he was so strong, and I didn't have any technique. And so he's like forcing it, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, I don't want to do the strength thing right now. Just pick a different move. And I told him that. And he kind of went, he was just like, okay, I can do that. And then he just like let go.
To him.
And then he just let go of it. And then like we moved on to another thing. And then like months later, like, which I don't know.
That's a tap, brother.
Yeah, for sure. No, but it was like, dude, I was just
It's
like
a concession.
He got me with it every single time. I couldn't stop it. I had no technique available to like prevent it. He was so much stronger than me. I couldn't strength my way out of it. And so I was basically telling him like, you checkmated me, bro. I can't stop that move. And I was like, I'm not going to roll with you if you keep doing it to me, though. So I was being a little bit of a baby. But then he told me like 2 months later, he was like, I just want you to know that you telling me that day made me have so much progress in my game because I wasn't doing anything else besides that to anyone. And I realized I should start doing other stuff. And so he like started doing like jujitsu because I was just like being a baby one day and like, just stop doing the strong arm move thing to me. And so, yeah, dude, you know.
That's why you're always telling me to stop doing moves to you?
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm playing a mental game with you.
By the way, the Polish film that's been playing in the
know.
background,
Oh,
the credits are going, and they're just absolutely ridiculous looking at some of the stuff that's like going past.
Yeah, no, but
sorry.
I always think about that story, and I just think about like how like I was being a little baby, but also like I guess it helped in the long run. But what I'm doing with you, Reed, this is my instructionals coming out soon. How to win the roll between the rolls, and it's all about. It's not the least important part of winning training is not the 5-minute roll you do with your teammate. That's the least important part. You got to win the time before that, the time after that, the time between classes. That's how you truly become a champion. You lock in and make sure that you're driving narratives, you're pushing storylines, you're doing all kinds of things to make everyone around you think you are actually a winner, even if you're losing, dude. Winning or losing the round is the least important part. So one aspect of that is, trying to play a mental warfare game to get people to not play their A game against you by making them feel silly for using their best moves on you, So Reed has a nasty collar sleeve, sweeps me with it all the time. So what do I do when I start rolling? He grabs collar sleeve, and I go, seriously, dude? You're going to play collar sleeve again? Okay. No, it's cool. Play collar sleeve, dude. No, for sure. Play collar sleeve. Yeah. No, I get it. You don't want to work.
It does kind of throw you.
You don't want to work on anything else. And then this dude lets go of collar sleeve. Now puts me in single leg X. I passed that shit like it's freaking butter, baby. I freaking just boom, dude. I just look like everyone was like, oh shit. Leandro Lowe is back.
You
and
wish
it's
you were
like I was
passing.
passing single leg X like a madman, but all because you let go of collar sleeve. If you kept collar sleeve, I would have never passed. So. That's how you win the roll between the rolls. So a more important part of training. I'll be dropping my instructional soon. What do you think of that?
I think that our roles are inevitable, and I can kind of. You're right. I should start kind of wherever I want in different places, and so you're right. You're helping me. You're helping me improve too.
100%. I've been doing this since day one. Joe, thoughts?
I think I approve. Go for it. Yeah. Whatever you can do to mental warfare somebody if they fall into it, amazing.
Yep. So, Polaris squads, gonna be sick. I'm stoked for it for sure.
Yeah, I'm super hyped for it. I think just that the format there is going to be crazy. Declan, Owen, there's so many good guys in there. This is a big year for European Jiu-Jitsu, so Polaris is really kind of leading the front there, obviously. We're so excited that Polaris is back. We had Polaris 2 back in 2015. They went to Fight Pass for 10 years, and they're back here on Flow, so really excited to kind of rekindle that relationship with those guys. And just, it's just, you can't deny that they're one of, if not the best super fight show in jiu-jitsu. They truly
100%.
are, and so excited to have them on FloGrappling now. First one kicks off January 31st, but we got a whole bunch this year going on. It's gonna be an exciting time. So
what I will say is when they start those team events, that is the most jiu-jitsu dense viewing experience.
exactly, yeah.
Like, okay, you start 45 minutes of jiu-jitsu, like even like a WNO, like there's walkouts, there's interviews. We got to run an ad, pay a bill or two. That's all super normal. IBJJF, obviously, they have their own thing. We got to go to the podium now. We got to, do this. There's pomp, there's circumstance, there's ceremony. Here, there is just action, and they just keep it moving. And if you're a fan, you're going to love it.
It's essentially set up like soccer, right? Like
Yeah.
once a soccer half starts,
And it's called
like,
soccer.
yeah, yeah, true. The real Polaris versus WNO. Name this sport.
soccer versus football.
Yeah, but it's like
If WNO wins, it's called soccer from now on.
Okay.
Officially.
All right, let's put that on the
Officially.
line.
In the office. In the office.
Let everybody know.
No, in the world.
In the world.
Yeah.
We're finally
Spread the word. Tell FIFA right now. Get a FIFA representative on the horn. We need to talk to him. There's a wager on the line. But yeah, it doesn't stop. I think it's like there's like a 30-second break between matches. Or
It's very short to
it's
get
less
the next
than a
person
minute.
out,
It's like
yeah.
45 or 30. Yeah, it's like a strict 30 to 45-second break, whatever the time exactly is. And so yeah, it just doesn't stop. Matches just keep going. But so yeah, I'm stoked for that. Me and Reed are going out to that one. Joe, you're going out to Euros here soon. You stoked? What's the first thing you're going to do whenever you touch down in Lisbon? Did I ask you this last show?
No, I don't think you did. I actually think I might end up going directly to the venue and just get right to filming stuff.
Good man.
Because, yeah, the time I'm landing, like, it's going to be right, at the beginning of the day. Yeah, I kind of got to get over there.
Pavial de Multiusos.
Man, I got to find one of those little, like, bakery treats and get one of those.
Pastéis de nata?
Yeah, there you go.
Pastéis de nata.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
When in
All
Lisbon,
right.
got to get one.
Well, make sure you guys are tuning in, watching the European Championship now. Polaris 35 coming up January 31st. I think we'll have another show before then. We'll probably recap some Euro stuff and maybe talk some more Polaris. But yeah, we're kicking off the
Maybe
year
we
with
need
some
to draft a sub-hunter each or something.
Yeah,
like
true.
Who racks up the
Euro
most
Euro
points.
trials too in
got Euro trials
early
coming up.
February. So
Yep.
a lot going on.
a lot of European grappling going down. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. But thank you guys for tuning in, watching another episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one.